In this tax year, strong and confident. If you started a new business in 2022 or plan to start one before year's end, be aware, be advised that you could have a tax deduction up to $5,000 for business startup expenses or organizational expenses. And those expenses are that's a complicated tax credit. I don't advise you to do that alone. I advise you to actually work with a tax professional like myself, a tax strategist, and or your CPA to make sure you actually claim this deduction properly and you don't get into any tax tangles with the IRS. So again, if you haven't started a business, you as long as you don't make more than $50,000 between now and the 31st, you can claim. You can still claim the $5,000 credit for startup and organizational costs for if you don't exceed $50,000 in terms of business income. And another thing you should consider is your entity type. There are different tax deductions, credits, just different advantages. So you want to be as tax efficient as possible, whether you're an LLC, a sole proprietor, a C corp, or an S corp. It's a little bit too complicated to cover in a segment like this. So you want to actually speak with your tax professional about which entity is best, whether it's a C corporation, S corporation, limited liability company. Making a switch for your entity can definitely greatly impact how your business is taxed. And so you want to talk this over with your tax professional before determining which entity type you will choose, because once you choose a specific entity, say for an S corp, you have to stay in the entity for 5 years unless you get special permission from the IRS to exit that entity formation. Calculator.